photo. So since the 360 is down and we're waiting on parts, I got those ordered up yesterday, as a matter of fact. We're gonna turn our attention to another project we have going on here. This is a 1975 Honda CB200. We got this out of a Quonset hut over in Columbus. It was kind of, I would say, like cafe racered out, sort of. Didn't have any fenders on it. Was the original gray color, and just in need of a lot of love and attention and repair, and try to get it back to a little bit more original stature. We refer to this one as Violet because of its purple color. One of the issues that we're having with Violet here is it's a little bit of a challenge. It has a little bit of a challenge coming off idle. Not sure what's going on with that. After it warms up, it will kind of cough and sputter a little bit. We've done a couple of different things. I've tried just about everything that I know to do. I've taken it back to square one now, zeroed out the carbs, put back the original air boxes on it, this, that, and the other. Did a ignition swap to some new coils and condenser, that kind of stuff. So we're gonna, today I've got some new throttle cables that we're going to swap over. So originally I'd gotten a common motor cable set. The right-hand carb was just the right-hand carb cable was just not great for some reason. It was like the tails were a little bit out of whack on the one. So I've swapped over from the common, I've got the common motor initial single cable, but I went back to the stock two cables. I reached out to them and I was like, hey, one of these cables kind of whack. So they went ahead and provided me with some new ones. But since that single cable is still good to go, I'm gonna keep that on there, and I'm gonna go and take these two original cables off and put the two new common motor cables on it. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and take the slides out of the carburetors. That way we can have the slack that we need. I always take and I'll pull the spring up through, and then I just reach in there, get that, and it's loose. Now remember, those are interchangeable, but it only works one way. So we can interchange it, but we can't, it's not gonna work right afterward. Let's get this off of here. All right, and our cable's out. Look at that, that's kind of the reason why I went through and did it initially. You can see that's broken. So, all right, that one's off. Go to the other side. All right. And that's off. Again, you can see that is no bueno. All right, now I'm gonna pull this apart and pull them old cables back out of there. All right, so now we're gonna put our new cables in. We're gonna start with the right one. Red is for right. It's a little bit longer, so it can go over the frame rail or over the spine. Going to run that up through. And attach it to the splitter. We're going to do the same with the left. Pardon my butterfingers here. All right. Left and right. Now, attach that back together. Make sure it's snapped in good. And run our cables seated into the splitter. Red is for the right, and we're going to go over the frame rail with that. Sure that's all fit in there good. And we're going to go ahead and make sure it's going in correctly. And remember, this is for our idle adjustment right here. That's the ramp for the idle adjustment. And the mouth goes towards the air filter. I'm going to drop that sucker back in there. Make sure it's lined up good. There it goes. Base that out. Make sure that whenever you put that on there that your little rubber gasket is in there good. And screw the cap back on. Without cross threading it. Now this doesn't have to be tight, it just needs to be finger tight basically. It's not going anywhere. So there, that's that. All right, we'll go over zeroing out the carb slide here in just a minute. I'm going to go over to the other side and do that one, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so it's kind of a finicky thing getting these zeroed out and adjusted to where they're matching. It's just a matter of adjusting the screw down here on the bottom until you get it to where you find the maximum amount of, or you find where it's bottomed out at, and then you give it a little bit less. So I've done that already. I found that sweet spot, and pop those back down on there. There's lots of videos out there on that, so I'll let you refer to them over me trying to explain it. But all right, that's got those swapped out. I did a little bit of wire maintenance and stuff on the other side there. You try not to do a whole lot of jacking around with how the cable runs. Want it to sit as naturally as it can, where it's unimpeded as best as possible. And we'll get the tank put back on and see how it goes. we got the fuel flowing. We got those throttle cables set. Don't have any leaks or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and fire it up and make sure she starts up and everything. We'll go from there. All right, well, as you see, she runs, so I guess we got everything kind of hooked back up right. We won't know if it fixed that kind of off idle hesitation or stutter or defuel or whatever the frick's going on with it until we warm it up, because that's generally whenever it was displaying its symptoms. A little bit windy and gross outside today, but maybe the next couple days or so we can take it for a ride and see what's up. If that doesn't fix it, I'm thinking that the next move is going to be to drop the cartridge back off of it and reset those float heights. They're dead nuts at 21 millimeter right now, but the symptoms that it's displaying are kind of a rich, rich mix. So if the 21 millimeter is too much and it's letting too much fuel in, then maybe we'll go with a little bit different float height setting that doesn't let that much fuel into the bowls. So hopefully it fixes that or corrects that little off idle hesitation we got. But today was just about putting on those new throttle cable ends, and that's that. So